Hey everyone, welcome to the Inspired Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm Greg Piskusev, and I'm thrilled to have you here. I started my journey in a corporate world before moving into a business ownership, investing, and mentoring. But what truly drives me is helping people unlock their potential through power of mindset. Whether you're here for practical strategies, mindset tips, or just looking for some inspiration, you are in the right place. Let's dive into today's episode. Today, it's it's different. Today is going to be different. I'm going to try something new. I've got 6 questions from my clients, and these are the questions you ask yourself on hopefully not a daily basis, but the question and struggles. I want to start from painting the picture. So last night I was in a sauna with my son and my partner, Mag. We talked about the emotions as we do, emotions, life, how it's happening. And the conversation started from let's plunge into this ice bath. It's cold water. It was about 7 degrees, and we put a massive big block of ice as well, just to give even more contrast to the coming from hot sauna to into ice bath. And we talked about how this is affecting us challenge, and it's all started from believing. And I was telling how people are believing in themselves or don't believe in themselves. Today's episode is about motivation, the battle within. And the battle within, it's happening in anyone at all. Whether you're asking yourself a question, whether you want to go and do something new, start a new job, write a proposal, speak to your client, or speak to your partner or to your kids about something important, something that is important to you, you're torn apart because you want to make an absolute win out of the situation, but it doesn't work. So the believing in yourself. And I was telling my son the story about Wim Hof, because he mentioned Wim Hof, how he manages, how he gets into the bath, the ice bath, and how he took a group of 12 people terminally ill, with cancer, and some of them cured the cancer. And amazing, truly, it is amazing. Wim, truly life-changing an experience for other people and for yourself. But let's just take this apart, the story of Wim Hof. And so he's gone through very tough time in his life. And when you think about it, such a big battle within that Wim was struggling with, he discovered the ice bath. And isn't that almost like if you didn't try, or if you have tried jumping into a cold, icy water, it feels like your skin is burning for the moment. It feels like it's absolutely burning for the time. If you're not moving, you can focus how that change in temperature is so huge. And that's the battle. That's the battle within. Because if you're having such a challenging task in your mind that you need to overcome, and you lost a close relative, you've got a devastating news that you've been just given, whatever it is that you're torn apart and you need to fight the battle. If you're jumping into icy cold water, it's a survival mode. It's almost like you flick the switch. I need to survive. The mind is not thinking about what's happening in your mind. You're thinking about you. I need to survive then, here at the moment, because the burning sensation of the cold icy water on your skin is so present that it's taking over completely your mind, your focus onto here now. Is there any other situation that you might be exposed to when you are able to flick the switch just like that and be focused on here and now? Now, I don't know. I don't know anything else. I haven't tried anything else, but there might be different techniques, tactics to get yourself for here and now. Wim Hof uses the ice bath, and other people have the same ability to flick the switch and use the same technique. But isn't it easier to take I shall call him an ordinary man? There is nothing. He's not a superstar. He hasn't been born rich. He's famous now for what he's doing, but he's just an older guy. He's getting into an ice bath and he's making a change, and the people believing him to do the same. And sometimes it's easier to believe in someone else than it actually is in yourself, because you're fighting the battles of your own and you are the biggest challenge to yourself. And when you're looking at this other guy who, we've all seen him in his shorts, but he's not special. He's not, a Superman build and strong. He's just an ordinary guy. If anything, you just want to walk up and give him a hug. But then looking at that guy, you start believe and live to be. If you just take this two, the words and put it into two separate parts, you have to being and you have to living. So live to be. Every moment happens to you. And let's just go to today's episode, the battle within and motivation. It's easier sometimes to start believing in someone else that you can do the same because of what they've achieved and they've done it. And it is simple what they're doing. So I wanted to start picturing this, because sometimes we don't allow ourselves to be in that moment until we actually put ourselves through such an experience as ice bath and we go into a fight mode where we want to survive. The first question from my students I'm mentoring. So how do I stay motivated when things get tough? So it is absolutely normal to feel demotivated. That's absolutely fine. The life isn't straight. It's not direct line that you set yourself. Okay, I'm now gonna feel good. You can try that. I'm actually doing that now. But to get there, I could not have done it in the past. So let me tell you how to stay motivated when it's really hard. And this will be when I got really sad news, and it was absolutely taking me, tearing me apart, and I could not deal with it, could not hold my emotions. I wanted to cry, and this was really, really heartfelt moments. So that one of those. And it's okay to feel low. Absolutely. It's fine to feel vulnerable, 100%. And it's okay, because we usually just let it out. And it's always good to voice the emotions. Whatever you've got, just say it out loud. The moment it's outside, it's not in you, it's out of you, you'll feel better. Because sometimes we're like, I'm holding. I know what's happening to me. I'm holding to it, and it's there. And somehow you're able to just squeeze it, put it somewhere aside, and it's just, or in your mind, and it's just there. And you think, okay, I'm not going to think about it, but you do. Whatever you want, whatever you do, you still think about it. And when you say it out loud, it's out of you, and that's the first thing you have to start with. Stay motivated and say it out there. Okay, admit to the situation you're in. That's the first place. Be it, just if the things are, for example, I'm broke, I don't have money, I can't afford the holiday, and my son wants to go. And whatever it is, I just say it as it is. Or I need someone and that person's not here. Whatever it is, just say it. It's good to be vulnerable. It is, whenever we come low, that, naturally we have a tendency to go up high with our energy, but we need to help that. So I will share with you a technique, and this is, firstly, admit where you are. Firstly, just say, I feel really low. I'm in a bad place. I'm thinking about all the bad, all the low energy, and this is taking you. And I know it is very easy to find yourself going there, but if you're there with your emotions already, just say it, be out there. But then allow yourself an eventuality. What if I make it? Just for the sake of it, you've already told yourself what's going to happen if you're not going to make it, if you're not going to be there, if that person's not going to give you help and support. Just what's going to happen if that's going to be. So just give yourself in a situation where you, and optimistically, just looking at that possible eventuality where things will be good. So just imagine it for a moment. I know it may be hard, but with practice, it's so much easier. And you get really, really good at it. I'll give you another example. Working with my son, and he's using some of my tools, and some of the tools are more expensive than others. And I can see that his direct action, he's about to damage the tool. And I'm not sure if he's going to damage it, permanently, or we might be able to fix it. And I just share with you what happened recently. I wanted to react and shout, and just shout to get his reaction to immediately stop. And I knew the environment is really loud, so I just wanted to get his attention. But then in a split second, so this is my old program, because that's how I would have done it in the past. And I was able to observe myself in a split second, and I just stopped. And he did it. And then he changed the position, and all of a sudden that risk was not there anymore. And I just want to share this with you because I was like, okay, nothing's going to happen. I allow it. Obviously, if something could have happened to him, I would have told him. But this is just like my previous program wanted to just shout and say, watch out what you're doing. But actually, I allow it. I believed it's going to be good, and I seen a positive situation. No, he's gonna find out. He's gonna figure it out immediately. He did it, and I'm just saying. Sometimes seeing a positive situation outcome, it's almost like an affirmation. But I'm not calling this an affirmation. We're just saying it. But no one said that we are actually. If we see and visualize something, we have the energy within us, and we are able to change the energy around us. And the people who are around us might be exposed to that energy. So me, just by thinking, this could be dangerous, destroy the machine, whatever, my son just immediately changed. And previously I would have just shouted, and and I would scare him, and his energy would go down. And I know I've done it before. So how to stay motivated? See the possible outcome and admit that you're allowed. The second question I get from my students is, What can I do to stop procrastinating and stay focused? So procrastination, it is, it happens. It happened to me. It happened to, I'm sure it happened to you as well. But procrastinating is, we always say that I'll do it later. It's easy to do it. Let's just have fun. Let's just go for a walk. And we just put it away for a later. But what we don't do is we don't count how many times we've actually let ourselves down because or other people down because we've put this away, we've put this onto a side, we've not dealt with that situation here and now. But what we also don't do is we don't set time to actually do these things and deal with them. And these were little hacks in my life that changed everything. Stop procrastinating is I've used time blocks, and time blocks were life changing in my experience because I had certain tasks I always put aside. Always. These were emails, these were phone calls, these were client proposals, contracts. I'll do it later. Because I knew myself, I can quickly jump on it. If I laser focus, I get it done. And I knew that about me. So I allow it to push it to the end. I like working under pressure. And that's how I put myself working under that pressure. But knowing I like working under pressure, I've squeezed that pressure massively. And that was, that's, some people would call this a hell. So I put myself through my own hell because I knew I could do it, but not in a space of time I gave myself. So using time blocks really helped me to create chunks of time during a week where I know what I'm doing. So comes Tuesday and Thursdays. That's what I do my Zoom calls. That's what I do all of my video calls. And in the afternoon, that's the only times. Monday, I work on my marketing admin. Friday, I will have client meetings and working on the business between 12 and 2 every day. I would focus on working. I'm still working in the business, so this is what I'm working in my business. And different blocks in time, if my team is aware of it, they can manage my diary as well. So if someone comes and asks for something, they know what I'm doing, when the things are happening. Because procrastinating is so easy to do, but it's so easy not to do if you know if you know how to approach it. So time block it. If someone's asking me when are you available for for a half an hour chat, and I'm like, over Zoom, of course, and I'll be like Tuesday and Thursday, but let me check. So straight away I know when, but I just need to double check if I'm available this Tuesday or this Thursday. And how easy is that when you've got a certain time and all you have to do is just look on those on those 2 dates, and if there's something in, that's it, it will be next Tuesday. And you only think that, well, but if I'm not available Tuesday, Thursday this week, it will be a next week. If something is important, you're gonna deal with it then and there. But if the things, and that's how you realize when you're prioritizing tasks. When you've got a certain blocks of time to deal with, with your tasks, you're much more efficient, and when you're doing. Because you're not busy and the task is not interrupting you in your daily life. So whenever you're wanting to do an emails, proposal, quotes, or anything, and you haven't planned for it, your mind is like, I want to go out, I want to go on, a bike, I want to go meet with my friends, I want to go for a beer, whatever it is. You haven't allowed for a specific time to do it. So my advice is use the time blocks, prioritize the key tasks, And this will change your environment, but also it will change you. And effectively, you will then have time for everything. Question number 3. How can I keep going when life gets hard? This isn't, an easy one. It's very similar to the first question. Life get hard. Life get very hard to people that deal with a huge loss in a business, a huge loss in a family. It's all emotionally connected, and most of the time, the decision that we take are influenced by our emotion. I want to say 100%. That's how we react. That's why when someone's knock on your door, you got these salespeople that goes around. They appeal to your emotions, and there's actually marketing technique to do that. But how can I keep going when the life gets really hard? Is it is important to ask for help and admit that it's okay to ask for help. I think that is one key element we often don't do, is admit that we need help. And especially in the environment of the business, running the business and being an entrepreneur. We don't ask for help because we think we can get it. We've gone through such a mess and, difficult challenges, times, business, no money, no opportunities. Sometimes a negative balance on your account by the end of the month when all of your bills are going to be, going to come out on on first, and you don't have any money in your account. And that's what the business, that's what running a business means. It's all the risks. And if you've gone through it, give us a like, because it's something I've experienced myself. Not having money, let alone, it was difficult because in my business, I was in a situation where I had employees and I needed to pay them the wage, and there was no money in my account. I knew I have to pay all my bills as well. The money went into the job that we started, and it was just really badly organized on my part. And the credit accounts I was chased by the credit accounts, and so I had to pay them off. I paid the accounts. My budget was absolutely ruined, out of balance, and we're going into that new month, no money, really, really demotivated. And my team is asking that, good guys, they were asking me for, to pay them. And I was just like, I don't know where do I get the money from? I managed to get through that situation, but it was difficult. It was tough. And I asked for help. I actually asked for help. And that's how I would always advise is, who's in your environment who can help you? Because I've asked for help, but the help I received, it wasn't just financial financial help right then and there to take that situation out of the equation. I've asked for help, and I learn how to make sure this will never happen. And for the last however many years now, this has never happened, because I'm planning for it. I'm scheduling the budget. I know what I'm doing. I know what is happening, and I'm controlling everything. But that's not how I was there at the time. And it was really tough. So if you're in this situation, find someone who can help you. And being in the mindset of like, why this happened? It's also good to ask yourself that question. But think about, what's the first step I need to do? You're never going to be able to solve the situation just like that. It's not going to go away. What do I need to do first? And most important, speak to people. Because the tendency that we have when the life gets really difficult, really hard, is we don't communicate. We do not say how we feel, what's the situation. We're not being honest because we don't want to admit to the problem that we are failing. And I think the biggest breakthrough is when you admit you are failed, because from that point you can only just improve, or you could fail again and learn. But biggest learning we do, and I've done, is when I failed, because when I failed, I knew what I have to improve to get it better. And admitting to a failure, asking for help, and having that mindset and challenge yourself, you will grow. And you will grow out of this situation and you will change. So this is a really good, starting point, is just admitting. And I wonder if you have any questions, leave them in a comment and just tell us if you find a different way to dealing when the life gets really tough. So, question number 4. Why is self-care important for doing my best, and how do I add it to my routine? And self-care and high performance are directly linked. And there are so many studies out there. But let me just bring your attention to you. I've got a friend, Adrian. He's coaching. He's coaching entrepreneurs. Fitness, self-care, about your body, physique, and health. But actually, he's not only just doing that. He's also teaching people how to get into that mindset. What is important? Because self-care and achieving, high performance, as I said, are absolutely one thing. When you are looking after your body, yourself, your health, your ultimately, is a common sense, your performance is getting better, but also your mind performance, how you feel, how you react, what you do, and how you're focused, it helps. I'll give you some example of, how to look after yourself. So imagine a status of your battery on your phone, the charge. You've got these, you've got the battery and 4 little links, so 20%, 25%, 50, 75, 100. If you wake up in the morning, you most likely wake up fully charged. And let's just say that, that's what you do. You went to bed and you're waking up fully charged. And you're starting your day with a very good, positive energy, just like you do. So, for example, the sun is shining, coming through the window, wakes you up, you waking up, and you're like, wow, this is going to be a day today. This is going to be absolutely amazing. And that you feel it. You go brush your teeth, do your routine, go in the morning, whatever. There is a news on the radio, but you're not really bothered about it. Oh no, there's a traffic on the light along the way. Oh my God, I haven't got much time. Okay, I need to leave. And there you go and jump. You might not finish your full breakfast. You might not have full routine, but you're going out. That energy, was not depleted very much so about, you being rushed, not enough time for your morning routine, traffic along the way, being late. So that's one example. The second example is you haven't gone to bed early enough. You went to bed quite late. So you're waking up in the morning and that battery status is no longer 100%. Let's call it 75 now. So you're waking up and say, oh God, I just don't feel it today. I should have gone to bed earlier. You go in to do your, just a morning routine. So let's just take, for example, brushing your teeth. So usually the first thing everyone does, you go into the bathroom and your toothpaste is just running out and you have to squeeze the last moment. And that situation alone will drive you crazy because you've just had to wake up and you're not fully rested. And the squeezing of the bit of the toothpaste, well, if you know what I'm talking about, just give us a like. And you're squeezing and you're like, oh, it's already a struggle. So Second, struggle. So first one, waking up. Second is the just simple task we usually do on like an auto program, brushing teeth, and you're struggling with that because of that. Anyway, moving on. You're then going downstairs, doing your own routine, sitting, having your breakfast, and then you get the news on the radio. Okay, the so and so street is packed jam. There's a huge delays, and you're like, oh my god. Think what's going to happen to your battery, to that emotional state of charge of your positive energy. You wake up with 75, the toothpaste, the traffic. Do you think that's going to stay on a 75%, or that positive energy charge is going to drop down to 50%? Whatever you think is, think about you being in that traffic and getting to your client. Where are you now with the positive energy? So talking about self-care and planning for that to achieve the best performance that you can ever deliver is very important. Think about it, and think about it today. What time are you going to go to bed? What time are you going to wake up tomorrow, ready for your job, ready for your client, ready for whatever challenge you have for yourself? And you can control it. Think about the state of the battery. And whenever you're going to get really, really not just only angry, but upset with the situation, with what's happening, and the world will never be as you want it to be every time, think about how fully charged is your positive energy. And I know it might be easy to say, but just try it. You've got nothing to lose. And if you are going to realize that you are maybe 75 or 50, somewhere between there, it is easy to go to 50. But it's also, from that point, should be easy to top it up to 100. Just accept what it is and try to recharge yourself. Sometimes by good music, sometimes call a friend and have a chat and just tell them how you feel. But then call your, good friend, call someone who's going to get you up that energy, who's going to help you, recharge to 100%. That's how you can trick your health, yourself into a higher state of energy to achieve a higher performance on that day. Question number 5. How do I make sure what I do matches my values so I feel happier? And I kind of alluded already in the battery state of energy. So I'm just going to go and add on that. Is you are through this, you can see that these things are connected, and these are the six most common questions that are being asked. So how do you make sure that what you do it makes you feel happy? Well, do you know what do you want to do? We are going through life most times pleasing other people and just getting by. And what I mean by this, working your job, is this something that you truly want to do? And I'm sure there's hundreds, if not millions of people in the world would say, no, I'm not enjoying it. I just have to do it to make meat ends, whatever. But if you're a business owner and you are running your business and you're not feeling happy about the business, which part of the business are you not feeling happy about? Because it is you who controls almost everything. You might think that you do not, but you do. You might think that you're unable to get a better clients, highly paid clients. You think if you might raise your prices, you might lose. And you may think that everything that you want to do to get better actually might have a negative consequences on you. And you have to stay in that moment of working hard, aiming to deliver, and you're not feeling happy because you're stuck in that, there. So use the exercise I mentioned earlier. Try to visualize a positive outcome and just accept it. Just see, well, you don't have to even accept that. just give it a go. Just try to see this situation in a positive. So I'll tell you what my partner has done to me, and whenever I get angry or I get stressed, she she tells me to smile. And however you feel, no, I just want to tell you that this is important. You are not right, and that's not working. And she knows I'm in my I'm my low energy, just getting angry, and I'm even I'm even just like how say, I spin my own wheel to get even more angry, and it almost like you want to get angry, and because you want to put your emotions across, you want other person to feel how you feel because you don't know how angry I am, so you then just going into this never ending motion, and she tells me smile. I said, "What? Smile?" And I'm like, "You don't want to smile. No, those muscles don't exist at this moment. I'm just angry." And she's like, "Okay, just give it a go and smile." And something, I don't know how this is connected, but I'm telling you, whenever you're next angry or someone out there is just angry because something is really, the situation is just stressful. And this is pretty much every day for a business owner. So if you're there, help this other person and ask them to smile. They might not get it. They might think that you're absolutely stupid and you're just, your brain needs rewiring. But something happens when you smile and you do it and ask them to give just big smile, cheek to cheek. This is so connected that it doesn't matter how angry you are, you're going to burst in laugh. You are. It doesn't matter how angry you are. You will burst with laughing because it feels almost stupid to be angry and then smile. But that will almost like so this will like take and take the situation completely apart. It's almost like you have a bomb and it's going to explode, and someone is going to like disarm this bomb before it explodes. So it's you before you explode because you're and whatever you're just going, and that will just completely dismantle and take the trigger off. And this is how you can trigger off. But how to feel happier in most of the time is see if you can find the values why you have started the business in the first place. What are those values? And do you still go by your values? Because if you are running the business and over time you were just starting to please people and just deliver to other people and their expectations, you forgot about yourself and your expectations and what's important for you. So refocus on your values in the business so you can align the business with your values, and that ultimately will help you feel happier. And there are people out there that will help you. I'm hoping that you found this helpful. So next time when someone tells you smile, just accept it. Final question for today is what are some simple steps I can take today and start making positive changes? Start small and accept. This is a good one. Accept 80% as a new 100%, as a new standard. So it's okay. It's okay to fail. The new 80 is 100, and that's fine as well. Because if you're like me, high achiever, and you just really want everything to be perfect, then it'll never going to be. And you're going to spend too much time aiming for perfect, and you'll lose so much time getting there, because it will never be. And the other people, an opportunity might not wait for you. So start small, accept 80% as new 100. Moving forward, you will be able to change those little things and tweak them to be as nearly perfect as possible. Quick habits like morning, like going to bed just early. I know it's simple, but I've started and we're doing it for about a year now plus, and it's life changing. So just do that. Allowing yourself to just have your morning routine, whatever it is, whether you want to just do a bit of an exercise and then you're always rushing because there's not enough time to get shower, get ready, get dressed and be on time on your, on your meeting. So just take time. So start small. And those little steps might turn into habits. And if they are, just interlink them to help you. So, for example, if you are like me, a coffee lover, and you're waking up thinking about, I'm going to have that little glass or little cup of this black liquid with a little cream on top, it's just making me happy. I'm smiling now because I'm going to go and have one in a moment. But if you're thinking about it, is then put this and link this with, okay, I'm going to go and have 5, 10, 15 minutes of training, whatever, meditating, exercise, breath work, whatever it is. Just do that and then have that coffee as your almost like a reward or whatever. You will see how brilliant that makes you feel, because when you're going to do your exercise, training, meditation, breathing technique, whatever it is that you want to do in the morning, if you want to do that, it will just set you up in that right moment, right mindset, positive. And that's how you will keep your 100% battery charge. And you're just going to be topping up through the day. And even if something bad happens to you, you will be able to deal with it super easily. And celebrate small wins. Build that momentum. Think about how these great things make you feel. And it's good to journal. I've mentioned journaling on many occasions before, but it actually does. If you're not pen and paper guy like me, I'm not a pen and paper guy. Well, but I'm not. I'm usually on my app. I'm usually on my phone. My notes and my diary is online. So many apps out there. You can use something to start journaling. Even a friend of mine, Gabi, he said he started journal with ChatGPT, and actually, I can see the logic. If you haven't tried yet, ChatGPT, the AI tool from, there's so many other AI tools, but I found that one quite reliable. You can even have a conversation, and the best thing is, it will never judge you. So if you haven't tried it, and you can journal with ChatGPT, you can tell them, I'd like to journal from now on, and you can just put a voice mode and start there. It's really good. If you don't know how to do this, reach out. I'm more than happy to help you. But that will conclude today. So start small, 2 small steps. It's okay to accept less than perfect, and share your struggles with other people. Be honest with yourself, and this will help you build that momentum to get better. Reflect on your failures, which is okay to fail, but actually, imagine if you never failed. Do you think you would progress? Do you think that your bar, your challenges would be set high enough? Well, possibly not, because how can you progress if you're not failing? I don't know, because we are not improving. If I'm doing something and it's absolutely fine, and I'm not coming across any challenge, can I really improve? Well, surely I can, but obviously that's not working. So failing is good, because failing means that you're just got to a new challenge and you need to improve whatever you do in your life. So failing is absolutely really good. And this will be, I just would like to thank you, everyone, for tuning in today, as this is absolutely amazing episode. It was different than all the other ones, and I'll see if I can do this on at least once a month, where I'll take 6 common questions from my clients and share them with you. And today, as we explore the power of setting your mornings, up for success and preserving your positive charge through the day. Remember, it's, little things, little small things are helping you, to stay focused, and they are the key to your success. So go in tonight early to bed, have a good night's sleep, consistent morning routine, and find moments to, of calm. These will make a big difference over time. If today's episode resonated with you, share your thoughts or challenges in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you plan to create or improve your morning routine. And if you found this helpful, give us a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for our next episode, where we will dive even deeper into practical strategies to keep your momentum going. Thanks for listening, and go out there and make your day count. Thank you. And we can listen to music again.